Before we dive into the video today, I just want to say a huge thank you to Kit Studios. I just moved my email marketing back to Kit, and if you are a paid Kit user, you get access to Kit Studios for free. I have recorded in the Boise studios. Today I'm here in New York City in the Kit Studios, New York City. There are Kit Studios in Chicago. And Kit, if you are listening, please come to Austin. I would love to have a setup like this in my hometown. Today's Dear Christy question comes from a newer designer. I finished my own website, I've learned Squarespace, and I have 0 clients. Everybody says just network, but that feels vague and a little terrifying. Where do I find my first clients? And I think that's fair. Just network is advice the way just be confident is advice. So let me tell you what I would tell a friend who started doing this based on over 20 years of my own experience. First clients come from people who already know you. Almost every designer I know got their first clients in the same unglamorous way. Somebody they knew or somebody one step removed. A cousin's bakery, a friend's yoga studio, the neighbor who mentioned needing a website at a barbecue. So the first move is embarrassing maybe, but simple. Tell everybody you know clearly what you do now, not a vague, I'm in tech or I'm doing web stuff. Say the sentence, I build Squarespace websites for small businesses. If you know someone who needs one, send them my way. Most people in your life have no idea you're for hire. Fix that first. It costs nothing and it's where the warm leads live. So you need finished sites with real businesses on them, and you need practice running a project with an actual human on the other end. So you may have some sites that you built just for your portfolio to show off what you can do, but then offer 2 or 3 founding client spots at a reduced rate. Reduced, please, not free. Free clients treat the project like it's optional, and you want people who show up with their content and answer your emails. So go through the entire process with them, the proposal, the contract, how you run a project with a real client. So in exchange, you get a portfolio piece, a testimonial, and a client who refers you at full price later. So be upfront that this rate is temporary because you're going to raise it after a couple of projects. So you also need to make it obvious who you're for. You don't need a forever niche on day one. You don't need to say, I only build websites for yoga studios, but I make websites for anyone, gives refers, nothing to grab onto. So pick a starting point. For you, that might be the platform that you build on, Squarespace. It might also be a niche like photographers, therapists, restaurants, whatever world you already have connections in. So when somebody can say, oh, you should talk to her, she does sites for therapists, referrals can then start kind of coming on their own. And you can change it later. I use Squarespace as my niche for small businesses that don't need e-commerce. That's kind of where I live. But you can change. You're not locked in from day one. Also, pick one platform that you like or that you can stand. They all have pros and cons. You know, I love Squarespace. And share what you're building. This can be on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you think your clients might spend their time. Post before and afters, design decisions that you're making, like the font that you thought about for a day, real specifics from real projects. And I know this may go against the grain right now, but this is the best time to do this because so much of what's being published right now is generic AI content with no real person behind it. A real human showing real work stands out more than it did 5 years ago. So being yourself now is actually a strategy, which is a very geeky strategy and my favorite kind. So things that I personally would skip, cold DMs, lead lists that you buy, anything a marketing bro promised would get you clients on autopilot, those burn your energy and your reputation. One more thing, because I promise you transparency, this process is not instant. It's not a microwave, it's a crock pot. It takes months. And the first yes tends to arrive from somewhere you didn't expect. That's normal. Things are slow. It doesn't mean you're failing. Your job right now is to create a small pipeline. Everyone knows what you do, 2 or 3 founding projects underway, and work getting shared somewhere public. If you do that consistently, then you start getting more and more clients. If you want the client process side of this handled, proposals, onboarding, what to send when, offboarding, that's exactly what my Web Designer's Playbook covers. I'll drop a link below. And if you've got a question for a future Dear Christy, drop it in the comments or reply to my newsletter. Most of these episodes start there. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you all the best with your web design business.